Josh Wyatt says, why try so hard to make Eli happen? He's not better than Mason. Even if they establish him, he'll just get injured right as they start to rely on him. I think that's a great question. And let's get into it. Why does Kyle Shanahan want to play Elijah Mitchell over Jordan Mason? I'm going to answer this question first, real quick.
Go ahead.
I think it's a scheme thing. Elijah Mitchell fits the outside zone. He's faster. He's smaller. He gets to the edge better than Jordan Mason. Jordan Mason is an excellent running back, but he's more of an inside zone between the tackles guy. He doesn't have that burst to the edge. If you call an outside zone run, he's going to cut it back real quick, which is effective. But I feel like I'm not sure how he got on this team. He just doesn't quite fit what Kyle wants to do, even though he's really good at what he does. And he'd be phenomenal on the Eagles. He'd be great in the gun running between the tackles with Jalen Hurts. Be so good. And I think the Niners know it, and they just sort of like have him there because he'd be really good on other teams, but they're like, we don't really want to use him like that. We want to run our scheme. So he's kind of like square peg in a round hole, Jordan Mason.
Well, I mean, all that being said, though, so everyone was like, oh, look at Elijah Mitchell, 6 yards per carry yesterday on 4 carries. That's great. Jordan Mason has been doing that since he got here.
Yeah, it's true.
So,
yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, what? Okay, I'm glad Elijah Mitchell had a good day. I really am. But Jordan Mason's been doing that since he got here.
It's all scheme, though. It's all about scheme and preference and style to me.
It's got to be something that's losing what the case is, right, with Kyle when he makes his decision.
Scheme and preference and style. He could say, I'm scared because Jordan Mason fumbled a couple times in practice, but like, I don't know. Am I supposed to believe that Elijah Mitchell's never fumbled in a practice? Jordan Mason hasn't fumbled in a game. So I don't think that's fair. Maybe it's just seniority. I don't know. Kyle could be a little nostalgic with his running back depth chart. Lest we forget that Tevin Coleman was a starter for this team for way longer than he should have been.
I was just thinking about Tevin Coleman. Yeah. And here's the other thing too. A lot of fans, people say it's because of pass protection. Well, since when is pass protection a big concern for Kyle Shanahan? So I don't think it's that. I think it's more a scheme thing, right? If pass protection was a huge concern, McKivitz wouldn't be the right
let's stick with that, right? It's like if he can't do pass protection, if he can't run routes, then he can't be in on pass plays. And when he's on the field, defenses know it's a run. Okay, well, they still can't stop him.
Every time he's running the ball, it's at the end of the game when they know he's going to run anyways, and he averages 6 yards per carry.
Okay, exactly. So who cares if they know a run? Even better that they know a run is coming. I think stuff like that in sports is cool. When you can tell the opponent what's coming, they still can't stop it.
Right.
When I played JV baseball, we had this one pitcher who did that one time, fall ball. He was just, you ever see pitchers like before the inning? They're like telling the catcher what's coming with their hand. It's like ball. He did that during the inning to the batter. It's like, hey, fastball, slider. Savage. I love stuff like that, man. Like, I'm telling you what's coming. You can't stop it. What are you going to do?
They haven't been able to stop Elijah Mitchell, Jordan Mason at all. The guy is so talented. I feel like find a place for Elijah, fine. Find a place for Jordan Mason because the guy is freaking talented, man. Mix it up. Okay, do 50-50. Whatever you're going to give Elijah Mitchell, give him half of that and give half to Jordan Mason to his strengths, right? Good coaches work into the strengths of their talent, right?
Jordan Mason is a holdover of the Trey Lance era. You know what I'm saying?
Him and Danny Gray.
Well, yeah. They thought they were going to be transitioning to more of a Philadelphia Eagles style offense with a dual threat quarterback and zone read and running backs going between the tackles. So they drafted Trey Sermon, who went to the Eagles before he ended up being, washing out. And Jordan Mason's like the good version of Trey Sermon. He's meant to be in the shotgun, in the pistol, running zone read with Trey Lance. Trey Lance is gone. Now you're back to the under center outside zone stuff. That's McCaffrey and Elijah Mitchell, and frankly, not Jordan Mason, even though he's still good. But in Kyle's mind, he doesn't fit. And he would have to change too much to get him on the field. And it's easier to just go with Elijah Mitchell and Christian McCaffrey. So that's what's happening, I think. It's just not laziness, but just efficiency. I'm not going to build a new offense for Jordan Mason unless I have to. I'm sticking with the McCaffrey, Elijah Mitchell offense.
You're right. Mitchell is closer to CMC than Mason is. They're not even similar at all.
They run a lot of the same runs.
Yeah,
perimeter
that
stuff.
Makes sense. It's basically CMC Jr. for Kyle. Like I can run the same stuff with Elijah that I can run.
I don't have to switch up too much.
Yeah, I think you're right. Yeah, you're right about that.
I think so. Yeah. So I hope to
it.
answer your question.
Not because you
Joshua.
questioned him, though, right? Not because you questioned him in the press conference.
Nah, I don't think so. Everyone was laughing about that during the game, and I tweeted about it. But honestly, Elijah Mitchell is the number 2 running back. He's going to get at least one series. It was funny that it was the 3rd series of the game. It felt like an in-your-face type moment, but nah, he was going to get a series eventually.
And
surprised he didn't get 2.
Football. Thursday night football.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Can y'all do a poll? Does Brock deserve a raise? He can't get one until after next year.
Definitely deserves one. Yeah.
Michael says, Grant, am I a hater for thinking Brock's play is all camouflage? Until I see Herbert's numbers each season, he's healthy. I'm not sold. It concerns me our coach relies more on CMC than our quarterback's arm. It's early in his career. He's on the best team. It's fair to be a little skeptical. I made a living of being a little skeptical. Yeah, that's where I'm at too. I think he's a really good quarterback, but I'm not going to buy his jersey or, something like that. I still want to.
There's nothing wrong. There's nothing wrong in just saying I want to see. There's been 18 games from the guy, right? People question
the same way about Jalen Hurts. I feel the same way about Jalen Hurts.
Right. You got to see more.
I want to see more.
People act like I was the only one that questioned Brock Purdy's arm strength. His biggest supporters that cover this team were questioning Brock Purdy's arm strength all last year. We didn't get to see a lot of it. There was a lot of dink and dunk last year. This year it's changing and it's evolving, and therefore my opinion of him is changing. I think that's pretty rational and normal. I don't know why people think, oh, we got to make a decision. You got to be all in on or all out on Brock Purdy right now. No, you don't have to. You can just wait and see what happens. That's an option as well.
Yeah, I think it's probably smart. Paris Bell 2, new member. Thank you. Joshua Wyatt. Baker has 3 outstanding weapons and the best left tackle in football by PFF. No, he doesn't have 3 outstanding weapons. He has Rashad White's an outstanding weapon. Chris Godwin's an outstanding weapon.
He has Mike Evans.
I don't even think Mike Evans. Mike Evans is 30 something.
He's very solid, but he's not in his prime anymore.
I don't know. I was there. I didn't see elite weapons in Tampa yesterday. I saw a vanilla offense with some kind of over the hill weapons and a team that needs to completely rebuild. What are they doing? They're holding on to that staff because they won a Super Bowl with Tom Brady. Let it go.
I mean, how many all pros are on the 49ers offense? Is it 4, 5? 5 all pros?
Yeah.
49ers offense, right?
It's also the best run D in the league. Ask TB fans. They will tell you that the quarterback play was a difference in that game.
Okay.
I mean, I thought Baker kept Tampa in that game. He made some incredible throws into tight coverage that Brock didn't have to make.
Brock played amazing. It's okay to say Brock played amazing, but also acknowledge he's on a great team in a great situation. He doesn't have to be one or the other. Everybody's so hot and cold. You either love him or you hate him. He either won the game for you or he's trash. It's okay to have some context and be in a meeting and just be patient. That's all okay.
I mean, Tampa has the 2nd worst pass defense in the league. That is true. Jack's Fat Boy 65 says used Iggy game time. First game will be Seattle at SF. I like it. Use that game time ad, baby. Paris Bell II says it's crazy how we covered that big ass spread and we're talking about the Niners having a baddish game. LOL. Brown looks so much bigger. Brown looks good. I predicted the Niners would win 31-13, so I'm not impressed. Mark Jacobs 69 says is Brock still a dink and dunk? Ryan/Grant.
Mark, you've been calling me the king of dink and dunk in this chat the entire show. I talked about it. I appreciate you calling me a king, though.
Eaglet and Ryan G stop being reasonable and just
crown
now. Just king now.
Yeah,
thank you, brother Bob.